Students. Welcome, Chennai students. I'm Madhura and I'm going to brief you about this conference class. First of all, I welcome all of you to Help Chennai Students Tele-Coaching Facility for Class 12th. So all are requested you to follow certain rules while on the teleconference class. First thing is, after I finish my introduction session, the teacher will take a session for about 20 minutes and all are requested to listen to it carefully. Once the teacher is done with it, so students can start up with the question and answer session at the end of 10 minutes. But since there are many students, see to it that 2 persons are not speaking at a time. In case your doubts are not clarified, maybe due to lack of time or any other reason, you may please email us to info@mintbook.com or even send a message to 088-922-95967 so that we can address all your doubts. So request all of you so that even they can make use of this opportunity. So all the best students. Now it's time for Miss to start with the topic on biology. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello. It's good evening to everyone, sir. We are going to start with blood. Blood in biology, the class 12, the topic blood. Blood is a very important question that is asked twice in your papers. Just let me go about it detail. Before I take up this subject, I want everyone to take up your rough notes or rough notes and pencils so that you can make a mind map related to what I take. Let me start up. I think so that you have taken your note and your pencil to make a mind map. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. It contains liquid plasma of about 55% and 45% of cells, that is formed elements. This liquid plasma contains water, proteins, ions, nutrients, waste products, and gases. Let me repeat. The liquid plasma, which is of about 55% in our blood, contains water, protein, ions, nutrition, and waste products and gases. The remaining 45% are the RBC, that is red blood corpuscles, which is otherwise called as erythrocytes. So RBC, the size, first let us look at the size of the RBC. It is circular, biconcave, and non-nucleated cells. Non-nucleated cells, it means that it doesn't have nucleus in it. Male has 5.2 million per cubic millimeter. Female has 4.5 million per cubic in blood component, blood in our body. Now let us go to the components that is present in our RBC. That is red blood corpuscles. Components are pigmented protein and hemoglobin. Next, let us go to function of RBC. The main important function of red blood corpuscles is to transport oxygen. Oxygenated form of hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. So the main function is to transport oxygen oxygenated form is called oxyhemoglobin. Now, red blood cells are manufactured. Where it is manufactured? It is manufactured in bone marrow, such as ribs and vertebrae. Your stomach and liver, just opposite to your stomach, we have your liver. So the red blood cells, RBC cells are destroyed in spleen and liver. Lifespan, next topic, lifespan. Lifespan of RBC for male, it is for 120 days. For female, it is 110 days. So, in red blood cells, we have seen the size, component, function, where it is manufactured, where it is destroyed, and lifespan. So, now let us go to white blood corpuscles, or we call it as leukocytes. The white blood corpuscles or leukocytes, the main important function is to protect our body against microorganisms and remove dead cells from the body. White blood cells play a very important part. It fights against microorganisms and removes dead cells from the body. There are 5 types of WBC: neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes. Eosinophil is during allergic reaction, it fights against the germs. Basophil acts like contains heparin, which inhibits blood clotting. When we fall down, when we hurt, the blood flow is controlled by basophil by clotting it. The blood is clotted, so the blood stops bleeding. Then comes the lymphocytes, very important part in WBC. It has B cells and T cells. The B cells attack bacteria and destroy them, whereas the T cells destroy viruses. Then comes the monocyte, which helps in cell fragmenting, cell developing, monocytes. So we have gone through today RBC and WBC, as well as plasma, liquid plasma. Now let us go to thrombocytes. These are minute fragments of cell that play a very important role in coagulation of blood. Their life is about 5 to 9 days. That's all about the blood. Let me go again. If you leave it in between, can get it now. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. It contains 55% of plasma and 45% of cell or formed elements. This plasma, it will be like a liquid, which occupies major portion of our blood. So it contains water, protein, ions, nutrients, waste products, and gases. The remaining 45% of cell forms RBC, WBC and thrombocytes. So RBC, 5 circular, biconcave, non-nucleated cells. And components of RBC, pigmented protein and hemoglobin. Function of RBC, hemoglobin transport oxygen. Oxygenated form of hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. Manufactured in bone marrow such as ribs and vertebrae. Destroyed in spleen and liver. Lifespan of RBC for male is 120 days, for female it is 110 days. And now white blood corpuscles. Main function is to protect the body against invading microorganisms and remove dead cells. There are 5 types: neutrophils, which occupies major parts, which have a nucleus 60 to 70%, it occupies in the blood. Eosinophil, 3% in blood, and it acts against allergic in your body. Basophils is 0.1% in our WBC, which contains heparin, which inhibits blood clotting. Lymphocytes, it covers 20 to 30%, and it is the smallest leukocyte. It contains B cells and T cells. B cells produce protein called antibodies that destroys bacteria. T cells protect us against viruses. Monocytes destroy bacteria, dead cells, and helps in cell fragments, development of the cell. And blood platelets, or otherwise called as thrombocytes, plays a very important role in coagulation of blood. Their lifespan is about 5 to 9 days. And when you question that male and female percentage of 5.2 million per cubic millimeter is a repeated competitive exam question. Either the male or the female is asked in every year question paper. So that goes very important. Then the lifespan of RBC, the second question goes in one more question answer. That is lifespan of RBC for male is 120 and female is 110. That is very important. And then about the lymphocytes. A very important question in lymphocytes is the B cell and the T cell. And monocyte also is being asked about fragmentation, cell fragmentation. Then oxyhemoglobin, that is a 1-mark question. So since it is a 10-mark question, it is repeatedly asked in 3 years of question papers. And these oxyhemoglobin and 5 liters of blades, 5 to 6 liters in nail, that question, as well as the T and B cells. These questions are repeatedly asked in 1-mark questions. So keep these things in mind, and if you work out with mind map, you can easily develop this question for 10 marks. So keep remembering these points. In red blood corpuscles, or otherwise called as erythrocytes, the size, components, function, manufactured and destroyed, and lifespan. 5 things in RBC, and types of leukocytes or white blood corpuscles, the 5 types, and their function. Just put it in mind map, web diagram, so that you can look at the mind map and elaborate the structure. You will elaborate the question for 10 marks. Thank you. Can you ask any more? Is there any other doubt for you?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now the students can ask the questions.
Important questions, madam. Yes, important questions.
Important 2-mark questions வந்து நம்ம 5 point the total blood volume for male 4.5 liters சொன்னாங்களப்பா அதுவும். But there's another question, the lymphocytes B cells, T cells. That அது இன்னொரு question. அப்புறம் the oxyhemoglobin சொல்லுவாங்க. The oxygenated form of hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. And the 3 வந்து very important. And then the red blood corpuscles, RBC மற்றும் 5-mark question, there are 3 times 3-year question papers, they have repeatedly asked RBC alone. ஆனால் blood அப்படின்னும்போது whole blood, including plasma, red blood corpuscles, white blood cells, thrombocytes, 3 எழுதுறது தான் 10-mark question. அப்படி 10-mark question வந்து ஒரு 2 years repeated கேட்குறாங்க.
Yeah, continue, ma'am.
Okay. Is the students listening, ma'am?
Yeah, we are able to hear.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we are able to hear. Please proceed with this.
Okay, ma'am. The red blood corpuscle question is repeatedly asked for 4 years. So red blood corpuscles மட்டும் RBC மட்டும் அந்த 6 important points, the size, component, function, இது மட்டும் manufactured, destroyed, where it is destroyed, lifespan மற்றும் ஒரு 5-mark questionக்கு எல்லா டீட்டெயிலா எழுதணும். நம்ம 10-mark question, if it is asked for 10 marks, it should be written from the blood components the RBC, WBC and thrombocytes. The whole together we have to write it for 10 marks. And a 10-mark question also is possible, as well as 5-mark question also is possible. 5 marks now, RBC alone they will be asking, 10 marks now the whole thing is asked. Repeatedly for 2 years question paper it is being asked. So it is a very important question. நீங்க படிக்கும்போது அதை மைண்ட் மேப் போட்டு படிச்சீங்கன்னா it will be very helpful for you. Is there any other question?
When is physics class, ma'am?
Hello, physics class?
Physics class will let you know the timetable.
Yes.
Okay.
So tomorrow, so is there any more questions?
Yeah, no, is there anything, if you want to go in Tamil also, it's possible. If you can ask in Tamil also. Tamil கேட்கணும்னா கூட கேட்கலாம்.
Okay, I believe students are clarified with whatever the teacher has taught. Okay, thanks to all for attending the class. So as already told, if you have any more doubts, then you can mail it to info@mainbook.com for clarifying any of your doubts. Also, please refer the same facility to all your friends. Have a good time. Bye.